Hi guys, welcome back. As I've promised earlier that I'll be making a video on how to DYOR, that's how to do your own research. In this video, you'll learn everything about how to do your own research. And I believe once you learn this, your approach to trading will change totally because I'll be showing you everything you need to know about making research for any project, be it degen, be it regular coin, any type of project you want to trade. Sorry. So now what we need to do is you need to know a lot of key points. So I'll be putting it in form of notes. So the first point you need to actually take note of when when doing your research. What do you mean by doing your research? That's making findings about a project you are willing to invest in. So now the first thing I need you to take note of is when doing your own research is seed sale, or you can call it private sale. This thing is very important. I need you to take note. A lot of people make mistakes by thinking private sale and public sale, or by assuming seed sale and public sale are the same. No, they are very two different. They are very different. The moment you make mistake of assuming private sale as public sale, you are already, when investing in such type of project, you are already failed. You are already losing. I'm sorry to say, you are already losing by assuming seed sale as public sale, because seed sale are the first, the earliest. They are the earliest investors. Why? Because they even invested in that project before people who bought pre-sale. That's public sale. We know most of us know it as pre-sale. So those pre-sale they bought later after private sale. Private sale mostly come in form of maybe like team investors, or probably shareholders of the company, or people that they just give slots to team members, then team members sell out to some of their family, or give out to some of their family members and so on, to participate in their project. So those are this. And most times in bigger projects, most of the seed sale investors are big investors, investors like the likes of Paneda and all other big whale companies. They are companies, not just even individuals. Imagine those people buying the seed sales. For example, now they buy seed sale, then what you also need to take note of is what is the price of the private sale, and what is the price of the pre-sale, that's the public sale. If it is more than times 10, it is a very big red flag. Don't even near that project, no matter how good you think it is, because some of these people that bought private sale, they will hold their private sale to mid-term market cap, maybe till when it reach billion. They won't sell because they trust the project one way or the other, but at the long run they are also in for the profit. A point will come where they will take profit. It might be that point when you decide to buy. So you need to be very careful. Once the different, most projects you might not see the price for the seed sale. So it is important for you to go through their white paper, or go through their community, either Discord or Telegram. Ask them questions. What was the listing price, seed sale price? What's the public sale price? And what's the listing price? You need to know all these things. So if the pre-sale, public sale price and listing price, the difference is more than times 5, ignore the project, no matter how good you think it is. Or better still, you look for if it is it has retraced to some extent, and it is something that easily recovers. You need to take note of that as well. So that's that for the first one. You really need to take note of that. Forget about these influencers that you see on Telegram or Twitter, most especially. They'll be shouting, you buy this, you make a lot of profit. A lot of them don't even know anything about the project. They don't even know there was seed sale, there was private sale, there was public list. They don't know. All they know is they see that the project is pumping, and they keep using their influence to market the project for people to buy more, so that they can make more profit. Because the more you invest in the project, the more their own bags keep increasing. They don't even think of what happens when seed seller buyers dump on them. They are blinded by the current pump. So you need to take note of that, please. So the second one is token unlocks, or better still, you can call it vesting period. And also you need to know the token size. That's the size of the token they will unlock. That's, should I say, token unlock size. So in this situation, there are some tokens, especially reward tokens, like this play to earn tokens. They always have, even move to earn, they do have reward tokens, like AXS, ANXI token. That's the AXS we all know, which is on Binance as well. We have the reward token is SLP, sleeping portion. That's their reward token, and you can see the supply is always increasing every day. Every now and then is always increasing. So even GMT, that's the step up, they also have their reward token, which is GST. They have their reward token, which is GST. Then we also have other tokens like Binamon also have their B Monster. They have Monster token, and different projects, especially play to earn tokens, they always have reward tokens. So what am I trying to point out here is that on all these tokens, if you invest in them, some of them, they have if you notice in projects, if you check coin markets, CoinGecko, DAppRadar, all those search engines, you see that sometimes there is a difference between circulating supply, total supply, and max supply. So what's the difference between these three? The circulating supply is the current amount of tokens that is running in the market, and that is currently trading in the market. Meanwhile, the total supply is the amount of supply that they can still add more to the market. Meanwhile, anytime you see them say max, the max now, the total supply can consist of circulating supply, and maybe the total amount they've locked somewhere, maybe liquidity locked, supply that has been locked in so exchange or something. So all those two can make up a total supply. But max supply, it means no matter the amount of minting they want to mint this project, they cannot mint more than this so amount. That's the max they can mint. But you need to take note of the total supply and circulating supply, and you need to know how they vest. That's when they unlock supply. Because if you have a project that unlocks so period of time, and their unlocking is huge, my brother, it is the easiest way to trenches, to village. Because when, for example, you have a total supply of 1 billion, and the current circulating supply is 200 million, then now the next you need to take note of the quantity they vest. That's the token they unlock. Because now the people that bought pre-sale, it means they held some of the amounts they bought, and they will be giving it back to avoid them dumping everything once on the market. So they only unlock so percentage for them within a specified period of time. So now you need to take note how huge is the quantity they do unlock. For example, as I said earlier, you have 1 billion total supply, then 200 million in circulation. Then the next vesting period, for example, they said they will be, if they are, maybe for example they are just unlocking maybe just 5 or 2%, that is a bit reasonable. You know that, okay, this thing will not dump much. If it's a good project, you know that it may not dump much, but you still need to be careful. If possible, say sell before they dump, because there are situations whereby the moment it is like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to vesting period, you see that the market will start dumping. It is not because of anything. It is because of everybody is scared that once they release tokens, the holders will start dumping. The private buyers, they will start dumping. So everybody will start dumping before it happens. So when they release and they notice that all those people have decided to dump, or maybe they decide not to, then they can start to come back for that project again. So you just need to be wise when you're dealing with most of your. So in a situation whereby you have a token you want to buy or you are holding, but you don't know if they have, you don't know when they will be, when is their vesting period. So Twitter has actually made a lot of things easier. You can just go to Twitter, just put hashtag token unlock, just something like hashtag token unlock on search button on Twitter, token unlock. It will come up with tweets about token unlocks that will be coming out soon. So once you see the token you are holding, my brother, if you know it is something that they are unlocking huge amounts of supply, because it's just like normal economics. Once supply is overpowering demand, if supply should overpower demand, there will be huge sale. The selling rate will be higher than buying, because now you keep sending a lot of things to the market. You are sending more than the buyers you have in the market. Then the ones that have already bought the tokens, they will notice, this thing I'm holding is losing value now. Let me just drop this thing. I don't need it anymore because it just seems useless to me in the long run. So they will start dumping because the supply is too much. It means there will be huge amount of inflation. So which is very bad for the market. It is better to have some amount of scarcity than have too much of supplies. So you need to also take note of supply anytime you are buying anything. You need to take note of the supply. So let's go to the point 3 to make that clearer. Tokenomics. That's where tokenomics come in. Tokenomics just simply means token. It means token economics. That's what tokenomics is about. So when they say token economics, it's just like the buying and selling. That's the supply, demand and supply of the token. What is the total supply of the token? What is the how is the supply shared? This token distribution. How is it distributed? You need to know these things, and how much are people willing to buy it? How many people are buying? What are the number of buyers in the market? So that's where the number of holders comes in. You can check that on BScan if it is a BSC token. You can check on Etherscan if it is Ethereum token, and so on. You can check on SolScan if it's Solana. So and so on. All blockchains has their own scan site. So when you come on token economics now, if you want to check, for example, the token distribution, you can check what is the number of the amount the developer is holding. One of the way to check such thing is, let's go for example, let's use practical. Let's go for practicals, not just theories. Where's my deck screener? I always love deck screener. It makes everything easier and very simple. So let's go for example, new pairs. Let's use new pairs for example. We'll come to new pairs. Wow, see one BNB Luna. It just kept bringing in different Luna named projects because it actually was trending. So this is BNB Luna. If you want to check the token distribution, you just need to go to BScan. So what you need now is just look for the contract address. This is the one you need most. This is the one you need to check on BScan. So this is it. just copy, click on this sign, it will copy. You can see address copy to clipboard. Let's go to BScan, guys. BScan, this is BScan. Let me search for the address. This is the address. Then you click on search button, search BNB Luna. So this is BNB Luna. Okay, if I should search address though, sometimes it's gone. So I'll click on BNB Luna now. So you can see the token distribution now. This is the number of holders. We have 354 addresses holding it. This is the number of transactions that has been done on the project. Just 354 holders. Then 4,537 transactions has been done. Then to check the holders now, this is where the token distribution comes in. Holders, click on holders. This is holders here, which I just clicked. Then you now come here. Anytime, if you have watched some of my videos in the past, I've mentioned anytime you see something like this, it means bond address, bond wallet. The wallet that is bond, nobody can access it. It's just a wallet whereby they just use to reduce the amount of tokens in circulation. So you can see the bond address has 30%. So that 30% has been gone. But here, this is the contract wallet. This is the contract wallet for the project. You can see, wow, this is it is very good for this video, because you can see this is token vesting. They even have token vesting wallet. This wallet is where they are holding the tokens they will be vesting. So now this one, they made it easier for you. They know that there is vesting within so period of time, and this is the wallet. So you see now, like this project now, the total token vesting is 9.9%. It is huge, to be very honest. Because why did I say it's huge? You see, after this 9%, every other thing you see, the biggest person is holding just even the biggest holder is holding 1.1680. Though generally the token, the distribution between holders is kind of fair, because there are no huge, you can see here is 1.1, then 0.8. You can see the difference, the gap between the holders are not that much. So it is fair enough. But the vesting period, you need to know how they are vesting. If from this 9.9 you are seeing here, if they will be vesting like every month, if they will be vesting more than 1%, if they will be vesting more than 2% of this, it will be too much, because it means what they will be vesting safe, almost all these whales will be getting very huge percent of this total distribution, and it will kill the price of, because the moment you add more supply to circulation, it means automatically you are not adding money, you are actually adding quantity, not monetary value. So the more you add quantity, it means the price will go down, because it is the market cap that makes up the price. Market cap times circulating supply, divided by circulating supply is what will give you the price. And if circulating supply should increase now, then you divide by circulating supply now. As I said, circulating supply by what is it called? Market cap is what gives price. So now we have market cap of 1 million, for example. Then we have a circulating supply of 100,000. Or let's say we have a supply of let's just say we have a supply of 100,000, and the difference, once you divide it now, it means if you divide 1 million by 100,000, so that the division is what will give you the price. So here it will now give you the price, which should be 1 million divided by 100,000, which is 10. The price is supposed to be 10. Once the price gives you 10, now let's assume we now add the supply. We now add let's say, since we have a 1 million supply, then we'll add another. We now vest, for example, we'll vest 10% of 1 million. This is, let me just use the math so that we understand better. Let's use calculator. 1 million, I want to do the math. 1 million plus, let's say they added 10%. Let me show you instead. 10% of 1 million. So it's 100,000. Then you add the 10% to 1 million, which is my 1,100,000. So when you add 1,100,000 now, and we still have the same market cap, of 100,000, which we have earlier, now divide by 100,000. Sorry, I think I'm getting something wrong. Sorry. I'm sorry, pardon my error. I've been mixing everything up since. What is supposed to be is market cap divided by circulating supply. So I was saying the right thing, but was typing the wrong thing, which is, we said it's 100,000 circulating supply divided by sorry, you see, I'm still making the same mistake. 100,000 divided by circulating supply of let's say we said 1 million. So the price is supposed to be 0.1. So now it's now vesting period. We are adding 10% of 1 million, which we said is 100,000. Now said 100,000 plus 1 million, which is 1,100,000. Now we have 1,100,000. Our market caps, let's assume our market cap still remains the same. And what is our market cap? Our market cap is said to be 100,000 divided by 1,100,000. It will now be one because we now have 10% vested in the market, which means the price, which is 0.1 earlier, will now go by 0.09 because we added more supply without an increase. Most scenarios, when it is this time, the price always drops. So which means here now, this 0.09 might not even be possible, because at that time the market would dump. People would have dumped before the vesting period, and the price would have dropped before now. Maybe probably price would have gone to 90,000 for example, divided by 1,100,000, which will not be around 0.08. So that's something you just need to take note of. I'm just using this as an example for you to just understand the concept. So now, aside this, then the next thing, let's go back to to my notes. So the next thing you need to take note of is the liquidity after tokenomics. For liquidity, and under liquidity, that's where you also take note of the liquidity and TVL. I know a lot of people don't even know what this means. TVL, it means total value locked. As I said earlier in this video, that we have circulating supply and we have total supply, and total supply consists of also the total value locked. So there are some amount that may be locked in some, maybe there are some. So total value locked is actually the amount that has been locked. Maybe it's as a result of stake, yield farming, and it can be a lot of things. Total the amount locked, or sometimes projects just to show that we are here to the project is here to stay, and they are not just trying to steal investors' money and disappear from the market. They will lock some amount of money from the market, to lock it for particular period of time, just to give it as a form of assurance or insurance on the projects, for investors to have some level of trust on their projects. So this liquidity and total value locked, it is very much important, because there is no matter the amount of market cap you have on a project, if there is no liquidity to swap that token. I have always mentioned this in most of my videos. If there is no liquidity to swap that, the market cap is useless, because liquidity is what makes market cap money. Without liquidity, there is nothing like money. I've always used this example as the banking industry. If you can have a bank can have billions of naira in their possessions. That's the figures. They can just have billions of naira in figures. That's a Nigerian bank, for example, can have billions of naira in figures, but they might not have the liquidity in branch. There are some times that you go to a branch, they will tell you, just sit, give us some minutes to come back, we'll get back to you. Though it rarely happens these days. Banks in Nigeria are advancing. Before, there will be a time that they will be short of cash. They will ask you to wait, this and that. Meanwhile, they had to call their cash management unit. Maybe the amount of money you want to withdraw is so much. They don't have such amount in the branch. So they have to call their cash management unit to bring in cash. So once they bring the cash, then they can now pay you for your withdrawals. So you can see it's not as if they don't have the figure in the branch. They have the figure. If it was transfer, they would have made it immediately. But because the physical cash, they don't have it. It's just the figures they have. So that's what makes liquidity very important. So now the next one is you need to take note of the significance in the roadmap. Significance in the roadmap. Let's just make it roadmap. Roadmap, or read what is their plan. They said whoever fails to plan plans to fail. So if you don't make a good plan, then you are planning. It means you are planning to fail. There is nothing like no plan. There is always a plan. It is either you are planning to succeed or you are planning to fail. So now you need to watch what is the roadmap about. What is interesting about the roadmap? Where are they going? What is their plan? What do they intend to do with this project? So that's what you'll be looking out for in the roadmap. So 6, look out for the team, then the developers, then the audits. I always say this, it's not as if it is 100% guaranteed, but to some extent, a doxed project always have some level of trust. What do I mean by a doxed project? A doxed project is that type of project whereby the faces of the team is known. You know who is the CEO, like BNB now, Binance, we all know who the CEO is. We all know CZ is the CEO of Binance. So anytime you hear of BNB, if anything should happen to BNB, there's a name behind it, there's a face behind it. You know who to point fingers at. When Luna had issues, now everybody knows who the culprit is, and that's who to catch, who to hold. That this is the person that caused everything that happened, because he's the owner of the project. Irrespective of what happened, it is the owner of the project everybody will point fingers at. So that is why it is good to have a team that has a face behind the project. Then the developers. Who are the people that developed this project? When you know the developers, you can check the previous projects they developed. It can give you an insight of how the project will go. Because if he has done successful, if the developer has developed successful projects in the past, it gives an insight that this person has a good history, his CV is fine. So I think this project is something I should look into. So in that aspect, the project is okay. Also audits. You need to know they can claim that they've audited their project, but who audited it? That is very important, because we had lots of this issue on Algorand blockchain then, whereby a project will claim it was audited and they will still rugpull the project. So it is very important to know who audited the project. So I'll just give some of the few popular audit companies. Like I think Satic is one of the most popular. Then we'll have the open Zeppelin. Then we'll have solid proof. Then we'll have chain salting. Yeah, we have chain salting. So the next would be seventh point right now is the marketing, which is very important. Marketing is one of the strongest things you need in every project. In the success of every project, it's one of the very key thing you need for every project, because there's no way, no matter how good your project is, if you don't have a good marketing team to push your project, to sell your project in the market, then it is as good as useless, because you have something good but you don't know how to sell it. It's a very, very bad idea not to be able to sell your project. So selling it is very important. You need to make research on who are the marketing team behind this project. Are they people that has marketed a project in the past and the project did actually well or succeeded? So you need to check that. You need to take note of that. You need to know the marketing team. Who is the influencer behind the project? Like Dodge now, everybody knows Dodge. Dodge is always been hyped by Elon Musk. Yeah, we all know that. So that's one of marketing. Then for utility, and this is where use case comes in. Use case. You need to know what purpose is this project serving. We are not just blindly buying something. What is it used for? Why do we think it's very? What does it have to do with humanity? Is there any way this thing is helping the humanity? Is there any way this thing will be aside trading? Is there anything else this thing is offering to the market? We need to know. Okay, this project is this, is that, is yes. What else does it do? What can it do for us aside buying and selling? So like we have projects like what do we call this project? We have move to earn, we have play to earn. For example, like move to earn now, it's just a way of keeping people healthy. That's when you walk, you stay healthy instead of taking vehicles, cars, riding bicycle, bikes, and so on. So sometimes you just need to exercise your legs. So that's the concept behind move to earn. So at least that's one of the utility. Okay, this is that's okay for a utility or a use case. You need to know what it is used for, and you always see this in the white paper. Well, let's go through CMC once again. CoinMarketCap. This is Rose Oasis network. You can always check if you come to CoinMarket. Once you come to CoinMarket, you can go to overview of the project. You see some little details about the project, and you even see reviews from buyers about the project. But to make it to check better, it's better you just go through their website. Once you click these links, where links is here, you see website there. Just click on website, go to their website or Twitter handle. That's any of their social media handles. You see their details. They said you can see this is what they plan to do. By bringing privacy and scalability to DeFi, the Oasis network expands DeFi beyond early adopters to a mass market. It enables private smart contracts, high scalability, and the ability to tokenize data. So you can see this is what they do basically. That's their own utility. That's their use case. So you just go through it. Is it reasonable enough for this to be a good project? You need to go through it so that you can know if it's something worth investing on. Then you can check incoming catalysts as the next point. Who are the people that are willing to buy it? Who are the people that have been hyping it and saying they will buy? You need to know who is buying. No matter how good a project is, if no one is buying it, it's of no use, because you will not make profit. Everybody is in it for profit, so you need to know who are the people buying. Are there whales buying? That's where my previous post on how to track whale wallets comes in. You need to trace whale wallets to know what they are buying. If they are buying what this project, then you need to just do your little research to know if it is okay, then you also join them. So that's why I always say follow who know road. So it is very, very important. So that's that. You also need to know about the greed factor. How much are people buying? Is it that everybody is just putting $1, or just waiting for times 1,000 for them to get 1,000, or people are trusting the project and they are investing huge in it? So you need to also consider that as well. It is very, very, very important. So that's that for this video. Up next, I'll be dropping a video on about Luna. I know a lot of people have been coming to my DM. Oh, this is Luna, is this, Luna is that. Can Luna go back to $1? What do you think about Luna? Can we invest in Luna? Can we scalp Luna? And all other. In my next video, I'll be discussing everything about Terra Chain, both be their stable coin, the UST, Luna itself, and also some other projects that works hand in hand with Luna. They move along with Luna, especially ANC is also on Terra Chain. So I'll be discussing everything on that and the stance of Luna in the market right now. So just watch out for my next video. Don't forget to turn on notification if you are yet to, so that once I drop the video, you will receive a notification on the video alert. So thank you very much for watching. If you are yet to click on that subscribe button, I repeat, please don't forget to click on it, and also turn on notification to always receive notification for my new videos. And don't forget to share with your friends, family and loved ones, and also try to drop comments. If you have any problem, any issue, any question, just drop it for me in the comment section. I always respond. So thank you very much. See you next time. See you in my next video. Thank you very much. Bye.